Imagine standing on a bustling city street corner a few decades from now. The familiar rhythmic rumble of combustion engines and the heavy smell of exhaust have vanished, replaced by a quiet, rhythmic hum. This is the promise of the electric vehicle revolution. At its core, the shift to EVs is driven by a simple law of physics: efficiency. Traditional gas cars are remarkably wasteful, burning up to 80% of their fuel as useless heat, whereas electric motors convert nearly 80% of their grid energy directly into motion. By plugging our transportation directly into the power grid, we open up a clear path to true sustainability. As our electricity grids transition to wind, solar, and nuclear power, every mile driven becomes progressively cleaner, steadily rolling back the carbon footprint of our global transit network. For the everyday driver, this engineering shift translates into a liberating economic reality, with drastically fewer moving parts to brake and electricity costs that pale in comparison to gasoline. The long-term cost of keeping a vehicle on the road plummets. Yet shifting the momentum of a century-old automotive empire is a monumental task. If you ask a commuter today why they haven't made the switch, their answer usually boils down to two practical anxieties: the upfront sticker price and the fear of getting stranded. Despite their long-term savings, EVs carry a steep initial purchase cost that still requires government tax incentives to compete with gas-powered alternatives. Furthermore, true widespread adoption is entirely bottlenecked by our pavement and power lines. Range anxiety remains a very real psychological barrier, and erasing it demands a massive, coordinated overhaul of our public infrastructure. Overcoming this hurdle requires deploying millions of reliable fast chargers across highways and inner cities alike, alongside sweeping upgrades to power grids capable of handling the new electrical load. Ultimately, electric vehicles have firmly established themselves as the undisputed architecture of tomorrow's travel. But the speed at which we arrive at that future depends entirely on how quickly we can make them affordable for the masses and as easy to refuel as pulling into a neighborhood gas station.